this is Romy Wyser. Thank you so much for tuning into my new YouTube channel. This is your full moon reading for Pisces in the month of September. Full moon in Pisces is occurring on the 13th or 14th, depending on your time zone. And you can go ahead and also check out my moon musings for this Pisces full moon, which is available on my website, romywyser.com, or on my Facebook page. This will be an intuitive reading for the collective based on the energies coming through for this full moon, but you can also get more specific detail on your sun, rising or moon by checking out the videos on my channel for your specific sign for the month of September. So this is a beautifully sensitive, ethereal full moon arriving in Pisces. And I'm just going to go ahead and see what wants to come out. Okay, makes sense. So we begin with the energy of the Ten of Cups. So with such a deeply sensitive and emotive full moon, it's highly likely that you're going to be triggered in at least one area of your life with this full moon. It is going to really have you focusing on what your true heart's desire is at this moment in time. And there's a really strong Neptunian link going on as we have Neptune conjunct the moon for this full moon in Pisces. So moving into that slightly fantasy-based energy where we're thinking about what that vision of our personal happiness and emotional content looks like is going to be very apparent in the build-up and the energy that's in and around this full moon of Pisces. What's interesting is because we have some opposition with the moon squaring Jupiter and in opposition to Mars, you might find some contrast or some real slightly aggravated energies that are coming in to impact perhaps what your vision of that sense of happiness looks like for you, right? So maybe it's because you feel like it's not going to be possible, or you feel particularly far away from being able to realize something in your life at this moment in time. But the really beautiful thing about this full moon, as we're with Sun in Virgo, is it has the capacity to be able to help us to actually hone in on what that vision looks like for us, and then almost deliver us like a unique energetic blueprint to be able to help manifest and realize the potential of it. And remember, full moons are about release energy, so this conversation is also going to be helping you to understand what do you need to let go of in order to bring some of these energies into your life. So what does that look like for you? If it's about realizing your potential within your purpose or career advancement, or whether it's about relationships or creating a family, situation that feels harmonious to you, whatever is in your heart's desire, this full moon is going to amp up to a level that really shows you that it cannot be ignored. And so with that kind of energy and that level of intensity, remembering this being a 10 as a sense of sort of culmination or something feeling like it's at its peak, there's not really any running and hiding from this energy. It's really going to have you facing up to what your heart really desires and where your heart truly belongs. And of course that could also cause some aggravated energy and some challenge, because maybe you'll find yourself in a situation where, if you finally come to the truth of something, then you realise that where you are, what you have to do in order to help realise this might feel quite uncomfortable to you. But it's showing you that it is entirely possible, and I think that's the important message around what's coming through, especially with this beautiful Virgo energy. There's 7 mutable signs which are mirrored with 7 earth signs as we hit this full moon in Pisces. So it really is like a beautiful blend of being able to oscillate between having that vision and moving into the thought-based forms that help you to visualize and ignite your imagination and really help you tap into a higher vibrational energy, and then give you that lovely grounded quality to sort of bring you back into the real world. So it's the kind of reality versus fantasy, but actually like delivering you the space to be able to make that work for you, not against you. So Five of Pentacles energy is talking about you maybe having to deal with where in the past you have felt a sense of rejection or a sense of abandonment. Maybe it's about a loss that has been experienced for you in some area of your life, and this full moon, this revelationary light is being shone on this area to actually bring this up and help with some sort of healing for you. And that's wholly necessary in order for you to actually be able to move forward and realize what this picture of happiness represents to you. And this could also be suggestive of the way that you're feeling if you think that the gap between here and here feels particularly unrealistic. If you're struggling to perceive how on earth some of these things could come into your world at this point in time, there might just be this feeling of being on the periphery or being out in the cold with the things, the desires, and the true kind of hopes and dreams that you actually hold for yourself. But this energy has a lot to teach us, because it really is about instilling that sense of having a powerful anchor and a light within, so that we're not taking on board that kind of external sense of rejection. What somebody perceives as our worth, what somebody decides is available or not available to us, should never represent how we truly feel about ourselves or what we think is possible in our lives, right? So for me, this energy is also saying it's a time to be able to release that, whatever old story or narrative you have going on around the sense of loss, rejection, abandonment. And for some that might hit in specific areas, okay, but this is a full moon that's coming with a very healing energy. Remember that beautiful Piscean water energy is helping to cleanse and clear and allow you to move through this outdated and unhelpful sense of what's holding you back, right, from realizing those visions. So what do we need to do? This is about re-establishing the deep bond and connection that we have with ourselves, first and foremost. For me, this beautiful Piscean full moon coming in on such a deeply sensitive frequency is talking to us about the need for kindness, compassion. And remember, we're in Virgo energy as well, which is that beautiful earth medicine, right? So, Virgo has that ability to display levels of service and kindness which are unrivaled. And so, with that Piscean energy of this full moon, you're being asked to unite those parts of yourself that have felt disconnected or out of alignment, so that you can come back together to realize what your heart is actually longing for, what it is that you're craving. And I honestly feel that there is a sort of quality for this moon of a deep yearning, a deep craving. So it could be really triggering you on those areas where you have like a really unfulfilled dream in some area of your life, and it will hit quite hard. So you might be experiencing some mirror effects of what feels absent for you, what you feel like you don't have, so whether that's other people showing up with exactly what you want, and you just feeling like it's not happened for me, why is it not happened for me? But understand that the universe is bringing it to your attention because it's still active in your vibration and it's something that we need to release. You know, the Lover's card is also talking about the deeply soul relationships in your life that are so important to the realization of what this vision looks like for you. Because regardless of what area of your life, whether this is about family, whether this is about personal relationships, or the difference that you want to make in the work that you do, it's all impacted by the soul family and the connections and relationships that you have in your life. So there is this need to understand how you want to connect, where you feel that sense of deep soul family bond that is going to help you to realize some of these hopes and dreams under this Pisces moon. So I think it's really helping to highlight maybe where some relationships are presenting themselves in that light for you and showing you the potential of something to be realized, or maybe that there's a sense of loss or abandonment, or needing to move away from something that feels unhealthy in terms of some of those closer connections. You know, it's about understanding where you want to direct your energy and who you want to have around your energy to help bring about the best possible set of conditions and environments and allow you to express yourself. And you know, one of the notes that came up in my moon musings was that this full moon Pisces was really going to reveal where you were projecting an inauthentic story that belied what was really going on in your heart. So, you know, if you are, for example, in a relationship right now that just, you know, in your truth is not where you need to be or want to be or is good for you anymore, this is an energy that's really going to help you come to that place of understanding about what your real truth is. You know, if it's being in an environment or a situation and you are presenting out to the world or out to those around you what you're striving for, what you're all about, how you want to be received, and it isn't lining up with what's going on in your heart, then again this full moon is really going to reveal that disconnect for you, and that's probably going to feel quite uncomfortable. And that's where this T-square energy comes in as well for me, because it's sort of very provocative and challenging, and you know, maybe there's some sense of disappointment around that because you're actually coming to the understanding that you're directing your energy to the people, to the situations that are not actually supporting what it is that you want to achieve for yourself. So the wheel is coming in with this beautiful quality of surprise, actually. And you know, full moons are always delivering that kind of surprise news and revelation in some regards for us as well. But I also feel like this energy is bringing in a quality of you coming to some surprising conclusions for yourself. So it may be that you have a epiphany moment of actually this is what my heart really wants. This is where I want to go. This is the direction I need to take. And I think there's a wider story playing out that's redirecting many souls at the moment at this point in the year to paths that they didn't expect to find themselves on. And this full moon in Pisces, as it's really questioning those visions of what happiness looks like for us and where we find ourselves, and then how we can bring that back in and be able to manifest it into being. And you know, there's almost a necessity to bring in this slightly unexpected, slightly karmic, you know, divine spiritual intervention. And it just feels like there is a quality quality of this moon delivering that for us through this month of September. So for many of you, I think that you will be finding yourself in a position where you were unable to anticipate, shall we say, how some of these events and things could unfold and conspire in a way that would help support you actually move forward from where you currently find yourself. What does it take to be able to navigate through such a intensely deep, soulful, sensitive moon with all of these opposing and square energies? It takes a level of resiliency and an understanding of who you truly are. It takes a level of surrendering to some of the wider forces that are at play, and of continuously and consistently checking back in with our higher self. It takes a quality of us being able to nurture our own inner guidance, to listen and respond, and also proactively to decide that regardless, we are still choosing to move forward and not to stay stagnant. And the guides bring in this lovely quality of strength to help you through this. And as we link in just below this Five of Pentacles energy, for some of you, this sense of loss, abandonment, this rejection energy is still very much in the forefront of your mind, and an energy that you're still working through right now. And so you could be overly triggered with the emotional side of this moon kind of dragging you back, or really asking you to sort of look in a deeper way into some of these emotions. But you are being given what you need to be able to beautifully navigate your way through this moon, and actually to come out of the other side with a tremendous amount of understanding of your own growth and what this has been about for you, and how you can integrate some of the learnings of it to help support you in finding this vision. So 3 beautiful majors coming into this full moon, which is not a surprise given the intensity of it. Okay, 7 of Wands energy. So, it is, despite the beautifully ethereal nature and the healing quality of a Pisces moon, because of the tense opposition that we have with Mars, with Jupiter and that T-square that's going on, there are going to be many of you who are feeling very defensive or wound up or agitated or triggered. And, for many of those that find it difficult to express their emotions or feel overly shut down, and then all of a sudden to be faced with this kind of full moon revelation where there's no hiding, the light's being fully shone on you, you might feel somewhat backed into a corner. But there's a sense of needing, as we look to this strength card as well, needing to have the courage and being able to overcome adversity and really stand up for yourself and for what you believe in and what you know to be true for you, and what you know your heart is really longing for, and coming to a place where you're ready to fight for that, and actually being able to be victorious in that fight, I might add. So I'm just going to pull us an oracle card to see how that wants to complement our reading. Okay, so say what you mean. With a Pisces full moon, we are able to feel our way and sense our way forward, and you have no choice but to honour what it is that your heart is asking of you and demanding of you right now, I want to say. And so don't allow the situation to pass you by without taking the opportunity to really be truthful with yourself and to those around you about what it is that you need in order to support your own emotional needs at this point. Okay? Not everybody might receive that information well based on some of the oppositions that we have with this full moon, but you will still find that you are able to deliver it in a deeply compassionate, loving and sensitive way as we connect into both that Virgo and Pisces energy that really just wants to do the best for everybody in the situation. But the most important person right now is you. So what do you need? And what do you need to say? This moon is going to help support that for you, and in doing so it's going to help you to release some of those wounds and that sense of rejection that you may have felt, so that you can move forward and really link in with the most important relationships and soul family that's wanting to show up in your world. And you allow yourself to be able to take on new opportunities and open up to the way in which the universe wants to direct you, so that you can fully realize these dreams. So, beautiful full moon blessings to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading for the Pisces full moon of September 2019. Please do go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed the video, drop me a like and a comment below. I really love to receive your feedback, and I look forward to connecting with you again for a future reading. Hey, it's Romy here. Thank you so much for tuning in to the full moon in Pisces reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I just want to take a quick moment to say that there is an accompanying ritual for the full moon in Pisces that I've created exclusively for you. If you would like to harness these beautiful energies, then you can download this ritual for immediate access. It comes in a PDF document, and all you need to do is just click on the downward arrow that's next to the video description for this, and it will just drop down extended text, and then you'll see like a buy now button that will give you instant access to be able to purchase that. So if you would like to take the opportunity to do a little bit more journeying around this beautiful Pisces moon, then yeah, go ahead and check out the ritual and let me know how you get on. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so you don't miss any further updates of new readings that I'm going to be posting. And please do go ahead and drop me a like or a comment. If you haven't listened to your September reading for your sun, rising or moon, they're all posted up as well this month for you. I really look forward to connecting with you for the October readings. Thank you so much for coming to check me out on my new YouTube channel. I really appreciate you being here. I'm extending beautiful full moon blessings to you for this lovely Pisces moon, and wish you well for the rest of September. Thanks.